Alright guys, welcome again to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Salvitrader. We will get our weekly forecast. And for this week, to be honest with you, I don't see too many opportunities to get in. It's gonna be a hard week based on my perspective. I just got a few for this week. And before we start, we should also follow up USDJPY. Be careful with this one. These are analyses that I already shared with you I think last week, and we are still waiting for price to drop to go even deeper around this support and resistance level here. So be careful with this one. All right, be careful with this one because I think we still have more opportunities to sell. And also USDCHF. All right, it's the same thing. This is another analysis that I shared last week. We still have some room for the price to drop to this zone here, 80 pips, 90 pips. So keep an eye on this one. So let's start with USDCHF. This is a risky analysis, let me be honest with you. Why? Because we are pretty much down in the curve. Keep in mind that I trade supply and demand, and the lower the price goes, the better for us to get long, and the higher the price goes, it's much better for us to get short, because we want to sell at expensive prices, and we want to buy at cheapest prices. The cheapest prices, the better. And what we have here is this supply zone that we can see on the daily. I really like technically this supply zone here. I really like it, and I'm sharing this one because this is a setup that we won't wait that longer, because we can get short on pretty much as soon as the market opens, if that suits your rules. In my case, I don't take entries on Sundays nor Mondays. I take trades on Tuesdays. All right, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays are the days where I try to get my entries. So I will wait for this one, and I'll try to get short by Tuesday. All right, if the price is still there. If the zone is removed, never mind. So keep that in mind. But what we're looking here is a support and resistance structure. Remember, this is one of the things that I like to teach you. If you spot support and resistance structures near supply or demand, trust me, you will get lots of good trades. Sorry. And actually, this is an analysis that I share on February 6th. I was anticipating this movement because support and resistance traders. Well, resistance traders, they got short here. All right, there are stop losses here near supply. So this zone is not only supply, this zone is also liquidity, which is much better. And see what's happening. Actually, the price already removed those stop losses. All right, remove those stop losses, and now we're trying to get short. But it all depends on the price action, and it all depends if, in my case, by Tuesday, the price is still here. All right. So, but what we're looking here is something like this. Let me get the short position tool. Something like this. Maybe 20 pips, and we can expect the price to drop here because this is a demand zone. If this zone is removed, I'll mark this demand zone on the daily. I think on the daily we can see it much better. Yeah, there is the demand zone. All right. I believe that this will be just a pullback and the price will go even higher. But if we can get the pullback for this week, well, why not? Why not take it? So we can take the pullback from here to here. We close our positions here, and then we can expect the price to reverse and remove the zone and go all the way up. It all depends on fundamentals. But for this week, I think we have this short opportunity, this sell opportunity. Make sure you you manage risk and see how it goes. As I said, this is a risky analysis because we are still down in the curve, but technically, all right, this is a good supply zone and it's fresh supply. Also, if you check the CO2 report, sorry guys, I have it only in Spanish, but I'll make the translation. I only care about these two columns, which is the percentage of buy orders from the total portfolio and the percentage of sell orders from the total portfolio. And what we see for the US dollar is that for last week, they actually increased their positions. See this, they increased their buy positions and they increased their sell positions. Actually, it seems like they duplicated almost. But in the percentage, if we see the percentage, which is where I care the most, the buy positions, the buy percentage, the buy percentage decreased and the sell percentage increased. So that's something that I like. I don't see that often the CO2 report, but sometimes. But when I do, I try to get some perspective on what they're doing. Also, if we check the CHF, I would like to see some sell increase, and buy increase, and yeah, that's what we have. See, they have switched their sentiment from sell positions to buy positions. Of course, this is the coronavirus thing. We can see it here. This is the coronavirus. But as long as they are buying CHF, as long as they are buying Swiss franc, I think this is a good opportunity, technically and fundamentally, and also based on CO2 report numbers, to get short. That's the reason why I'm sharing this analysis with you, besides the technical opinion. So this is dollar franc. Let's see if we got another one. All right, the next one is gold. I don't like gold, to be honest with you. I hate it. I really hate gold, but this is a supply monthly zone. That's why I like this zone. So whatever happens here, I don't care. I'm sure the price is gonna drop. I just need to take a good opportunity, a good price for me to get short. If we check our CO2 report, I'm sure many of you guys are trying to sell here around this resistance zone, around here probably. I know that most of yours are trying to sell here, but I think price will break that resistance level. Why? Check our CO2 report. they started increasing their buy positions. See, and they decreased a lot their sell positions. So we should pay attention to it. So most likely this week they will remove the resistance zone, because if we place a line here, that's our resistance level inside a supply zone. So most likely they are gonna try to do something like this, based on this analysis. If we got a resistance here, the liquidity will be up there, stop losses will be up here. All right, so if we check the CO2 report, they decrease their sell positions and they increase their buy positions. I'm sure in a few months the goal will be around here, but for this week and the following week we can expect a movement like this, arrow, something like this, because they know where your stop losses are. They know that, and we have a resistance level here, very obvious, and when things are obvious, stop hunts happen. So I think price can remove the stop losses. We still have this week. I'm sure there is liquidity up there. All right, so they will do something like this and then boom, drop. So I don't want to get short. I mean, I want to get short at this zone. I want to get short on gold, but I don't want to get short right at the resistance, because I don't sell in resistance levels. I sell at supply. This is a resistance inside supply for sure, but if we check the CO2 report, I mean, these are numbers that are very important, and I see that many people don't even care about them, but I do. And yeah, I think liquidity is still up there, and they will go for that liquidity. So I'm not sure something is going to happen around, you know, the trade war, or not sure about the war between US and Iran. Anything is going to happen, you know, an excuse will be created for market makers to, you know, go long, remove the stop losses, and then another excuse is going to come out of nowhere, and price will drop, because that's how they work. They just use fundamentals as excuses. And yeah, that's the analysis for gold. Let's check if we have another one. I think we have one more. EURCAD. Okay, we can take advantage of the weakness of the euro. And last week this supply zone was created. All right, I was explaining to my Spanish community that, you know, most of euro pairs there are gaps. If you check euro USD, if you check euro CHF, there are gaps that are getting filled. All right, this one doesn't have a gap here. The gap was up there and was already filled, but price is getting near demand zones. We have a demand zone here, so we have two options. We can take advantage of the weakness of the euro, and we can expect a pullback to the supply zone and get short from this zone to this zone. If price doesn't pull back, so we can try to get long around here. Be careful with euros, because fundamentally euros are awful. All right, euros are awful, and getting long on euros is not a smart decision. But that's why I'm trying to get short on this one. If price pullbacks, of course, I'll try to get short from this level to this level. And if price doesn't make any pullbacks, so I will wait for a good price action around this level to get long. All right, so that's the analysis for EURCAD. Next one, Aussie Kiwi. What we have this one is, if you see prices right now down in the curve, so we're trying to get long. We also have this consolidation phase. Also, they are in the accumulation phase, right? They are adding buy positions in order to, you know, create the uptrend. What will be, this is very basic. This is very basic, and here we have a good scenario to apply this basic concept. We will wait for the price to remove the supply zone. All right, and now we can use the, you know, textbook lesson. Previous resistance become now support, so we can go long from here to this zone. All right, simple as that. But first we need to wait for the supply zone to be removed. If the supply zone doesn't get removed, forget about it. All right, let's look for another opportunity. Okay guys, I think that's it. That's all I have for today. The market seems to be weird for this week. We just follow up the analysis I shared from last week, because they are still, you know, they are still valid, and we will be adding this new analysis for this week and see if we can, you know, if we can get in. I was explaining last week to my Spanish community, and some of you have been asking what happened with the Telegram channel. Well, I closed it because it's time consuming being in all social medias. So from this point forward, my main social media will be, you know, Twitter and YouTube. And I think Twitter is much better for all of us, because when I had the Telegram channel, I was the only one sharing thoughts, analysis, and, you know, everything. So if we use Twitter, you can ask me, you can debate if you want. You can post your analysis, and we can follow up on there. So I think Twitter is a better way for us to communicate. And so yeah, that's it. If you want to be on top of my analysis, or if you want to follow my thoughts on the market, so you might follow me on Twitter as Salvitrader. And yeah, that's it. That's all I have for this week. It's gonna be pretty weird week. If you like the content, if you like the analysis, you can you can subscribe to the channel, share the analysis with your friends, and follow me on Twitter. And yeah, I think that's it. I don't have anything else. Thank you very much for watching, and I wish you many peeps for this week. Bye bye.